Hi, I'm C.L.V, one of the co-hosts of the Undaunted Truth podcast. I pray that you are doing well wherever you are right now, and thank you for listening to our testimonial series. I pray you are enjoying them and being blessed by them, and getting a better understanding of what a testimony is, as well as remember you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. And as always, thank you so much again, and enjoy part two. We're still in freshman year. Still in the basketball season. And there was one particular game that really spoke to the character that God was trying to instill in me, which was I didn't get played at all this game specifically. And I made a decision that instead of doing the wrong thing, I'm going to try and help out where I can. So I chose to be the water boy to help out where I could. My mom was watching the game. She was so angry.
Man, we love you, Auntie Lisa. I know she was hot. I know she was hot. She was mad.
She called my dad. She was like, I'm going to take him out this game because they done made him the water boy. Like, they didn't make me nothing. I chose to serve. And that, but to make that a biblical example, God chose to wash the feet of his disciples.
Yeah.
You know, so it's that thing where it's like, don't be prideful in what what you're choosing to do. But I chose to serve in whatever way I could, and I tried to help, make sure the team was hydrated so they could win the game. But after the game, I was like, no, Mom, I chose to do that. But
still, you got Kobe Bryant passing out water. You
got
Kawhi Brown. You got Kawhi Brown on the court. This boy can't shoot a lick.
Bro.
He just do exercise. He running back and forth. You ain't score a basket yet. Get a rebound, brother. You got 0-0-0. You got 50. You got 40 minutes played, but you got no stats.
Okay.
The greatest stat ever. You got Kawhi Brown. Okay, go ahead.
But I told, like I said, I would try and serve and help anywhere I could and be honorable, even though the leadership wasn't being honorable.
Kawhi
Brown. But again, it taught me further how to be humble, and not to be prideful in helping others in whatever way, God presents, or whatever way just any natural opportunity presents. One thing I won't forget about freshman year that really helped me personally was when my math teacher. So this was at the end of the year, and I actually passed, and it was a D, so I passed.
Shoot, I remember.
Bro,
I had the same problem.
He walked up, but it was very encouraging, and this is something that I really still take away till this day, which is anybody who walks in who can get a natural A+ on the test or whatnot is not impressive. But somebody who has the character, determination to work the entire year from a 12% to a D,
shoot, that's a lot, dog.
That shows character.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That shows character and perseverance, and that's something of obviously very first foremost thankful to God for. But yeah, that just further goes, God teaches us the lessons that he wants to teach us however he wants to teach us.
True.
And we can't control that whatsoever.
Absolutely.
To sort of further add on to how it felt that year, not many people, if anybody, freshman year would really talk to me unless it was really about my dad or just ask me a question like on one side of it I could understand it, but they would ask me a question like, "See, what was it like to live with your dad at the house?" I'm like,
"What you think?"
So it got to a point where I'm like, I started just making up stuff, bro.
I would too.
Because I did. I had fun with it. And anybody asked me a question, most likely I lied to you. Most likely.
I know Uncle, man. I know C.L.,
and so
I'll make something up,
bro.
Crazy.
That was the point. I'm like, I'm gonna start joking because if y'all gonna
test all the time,
if y'all gonna start like only talking to me for that, I'm gonna just have fun with it.
Just say
so I was like, before we eat dinner, we have to read 3 dictionaries before we're allowed to eat. I would just make stuff up. I would just because they saw my dad is very
Genesis, all in Hebrew. I gotta remember it word for word, bar for bar. If I don't remember it, dog, I don't get to eat that night. The Pentateuch. If I miss a word, I lose a piece of food.
Bro, no, and crazy thing was, bro, they would believe it at first.
Oh my gosh! Oh my stars! No.
Like, but are
you okay? No, that's not what happens. That'd be funny. I'd love to do that.
But then I had asked myself the same question. Like I had asked as a child, like, why can't I have a normal, just high school experience?
Yeah, I feel you.
But everybody is called to what God has called them to, and there are things that are sacrificed because of what God has called us to. Yeah. And we cannot take that for granted because he didn't have to choose us, but he did.
Right.
Even though we didn't want to be chosen, he still did. So I'm very thankful for that. Mm-hmm. I would say a few last things for freshman year, which is that for me, everything felt like I had to put in 150% for everything I did. Mm-hmm. Nothing felt like it was naturally, like I could just naturally do, and I was, I could excel at it.
Try,
bro. And it was always like, even in sports, it was like, just shoot the ball or just ace the test. I'm telling you, it's not that simple. Like, it was something where just God had a certain hold on my life, where it's like I couldn't just do what I wanted because he didn't want me thinking that I could do something. Because then if I can do something, then I don't think about God. It's like, okay, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
So let me just do this.
Sure.
But it's one of those things where he had to keep me in that place until I realized, no, this is him that does this. Yeah, be humble. Yeah. So yeah, there was that.
You gotta want it like that.
For real,
it's bigger than life.
No, it really is.
It's all about.
Come on, baby.
It's all about being a splash. It's all about being Kobe.
One thing.
It's all about being the Mamba.
Mamba mentality.
For real.
One thing that I didn't realize throughout freshman year is that going through from mess in church to more hardship in school, it sort of made me lose sight on music and my drumming. Now, with drumming, I'm self-taught, so everything I know, God has helped me to grow in that. And so, there's that. But it was something that I didn't really realize that I had lost. I only literally just recently really realized that as I was going through this. I'm like, dang. It's those little details you don't notice till after.
Right.
Now, once we get to sophomore year, basically repeat everything I just said about freshman year and sophomore year.
Times 10.
Now, to get to junior year, I lost it. That was where, after all of the pain and anger and all this, that's really where everything sort of just blew up. And like I mentioned earlier about letting it go to God, I didn't. And this year was where I really just, everything was tenfold. Like everything that I didn't deal with and that I wouldn't allow, I would try to keep, from God, it all blew up. Yeah. I was very depressed. I was suicidal. There were multiple nights I would walk down and I would think of the most painful way to go, in all honesty. Yeah. Now, praise God, I got through it. But because it was like, I've been through a lot of pain, so I'm like, this is something that's equivalent to this.
Yeah.
And
just go ahead and get it over with.
Yeah, and again, after everything, everything literally just went off. I was done with it all. I couldn't keep, to a degree. No, yeah, I couldn't keep being faithful when there was only destruction to show for it. When that's not true. But from my focus, it was only on the destruction.
Right.
And that was where, that's why it had felt like that, because everything at this point, because I'm in such a dark place, my only focus is on everything like that just went wrong. I was done with church. I was done with following God. And people consistently stabbed me in the back, left and right.
Yeah.
One thing I was very sick of too of that year was like, I'm not gonna fight the walk, and people who are supposed to be fighting with me aren't fighting with me.
Yeah, I don't feel like taking this cross. Y'all can have it. I'm done.
Yeah, like it always feels like you're having to carry like everybody else's sometimes. When
especially when you like the leader's kid, dude.
Yeah,
that's like I'm already being viewed a certain way because of who my parents are, and then it's like I'm got my own stuff. I got my own cross, but then you keep on bringing your problems to me, right? And you keep on adding on stuff to it. And it's like you just keep on giving me another cross, or you just giving me some chains. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like chains. You just keep on linking yourself to me. Damn. And it's like, it's hard to even just try to walk that out. And it's such a heavy weight. It's like you can't get up under it, or you can't get off it sometimes, because it's like all that stuff that you're telling me, it's like, dang, dude, like what you want me to do with that? But it's like you're slowing me down on what I'm trying to walk through. And it's like, I'm just annoyed. I'm tired of it.
Bro.
I'm tired of all of it. So it's like, I don't want to carry this no more. But it's like, it's connected to you, so you can't even get off of it.
Yeah. And at this point, I'm not even in a position where I could get away if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm still in high school. I'm living with my parents. I was living with my parents, and at this point, I'm stuck. Like I want to run away, and I can't.
I can't go nowhere.
You know, is it right? Like even if I did, it wouldn't go well. I didn't have nothing to.
Yeah, I don't know where I would go.
Right.
Don't know.
But yeah, that year I was very suicidal. I had ran from God.
I'm sorry.
I appreciate that. And in junior year, ironically enough, we ended up in this very building we're in, which was also COVID.
Junior year?
Yeah. Which was, and yeah, it was 2020. We were in COVID. And this is the building that we were blessed with.
Yeah.
I remember doing literally all the carpet, roof, walls, the painting.
Dang,
there was some stone slabs in the back. I grabbed a sledgehammer. I broke all those stone slabs in the back. I'm like, cause like I'm still the preacher's kid, so I gotta help out where I got to.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know it looked like that. What y'all got,
bro?
It looks all up.
Bro, it looked completely different.
Damn, that's crazy.
It wasn't even really this spacious.
Yeah.
Well,
it's nice. Shoot. It's nice now. It's really nice.
Praise God. At the end, because
I'm like, I see what y'all did. Because now you making me look at it. I'm like, I see where y'all added on, and I'm like, that's really dope.
Yeah, bro. And during all that, I was very hardened. So one thing I also really knew was I had to be careful on certain church people in my family, because they're very. They knew what I was going through, even though I tried, Yeah. So one thing I did, I would try to close myself off of music.
Yeah.
So that was like, okay, somebody trying to say something, I'm blocked off. And ironically enough, still didn't work. Praise God.
Because I know the church people are lovely. Lovely church people.
It's one of those things where it's like, on one hand, I'm very thankful that they did not stop reaching out, because I needed that, and I'm also very thankful that God made them as bold as they are to consistently be there for me as well. Anyway, so this would be about the last portion sort of a junior year, where there was a vacation my family and I were on, and that night I specifically remember praying for a gift that I was naturally good at, that I didn't have to just try at.
Right.
Because up until this point, there was nothing that I could do to sort of express myself. Besides, one thing I would do was I would after every day of school, I would go to the park at night. I would play my heart out and then I would kneel in the middle of the court and pray. That would be the one way that through high school I was able to deal with it, which is through prayer ultimately, but that alone time with God, you know. But I had prayed for something that I could express myself in, as well as just be gifted at and good at, you know. Next thing I know, an ad for a music production app comes up on my phone. Regardless of how you think, that's for me, I needed that because that's where I found my love for music and where I found my passion for it, but also finding out how gifted I am in it through God.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it, like I said before, with everything that I couldn't just do, you know, on my own, this being presented to me by God, like, okay, this is what I have for you.
Right.
But this is in me alone.
Yeah.
You know. So all of that, even though yes, I was very depressed and suicidal and whatnot, like throughout the year, that was really where everything started to like sort of shift for me, where that's that rebirth.
Yeah.
You know, where I wasn't just saved as a kid at 4, but I was actually found, you know, later on, you know, in my life. And that's really where for me I started music production officially. As well as I started taking music a lot more seriously. I had also that year prayed for a different sound, for something that was unique, that was uniquely gifted to me, which will come in, what's the word? Come into play. There it is. Later on after senior year.
Yeah.
So in junior year, I to catch y'all up on the basketball, I didn't do basketball junior year. I committed myself to working on my own game, because at this point I'm learning more off the court and getting more experience in and getting better off the court than I am on the court. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna play this year. Get better.
Said, I'm done with y'all, dog. I'm retired now. Y'all get out. Come on, man.
And so I had told the coach, I'm like, I'm not gonna play this year, but I'll think about playing next year.
Yeah.
And that was really where my spiritual rebirth really happened for me. After that, I was a lot more focused and dedicated towards God, which I'm very thankful for. And also he ended up throughout the last portion of junior year, helped me to walk through the depression, the suicide, and also a lot of the anger that I had towards people. And I will say the anger did take a lot more, which at this point in senior year now, I'm still not I'm still not finished with it. Like there's still a lot of it that's still in there.
It's still there. Anger is an interesting something, because that's like a lot of people's problem is anger. And it's like we seen so many different like examples just in life and even in the Bible, just people's anger and how it falls back on them.
Yeah.
It's like with Moses, his anger cost him a lot. Like he killed a man, had to run away, and then wait until everybody that was there, that witnessed him killing the man, to die, and then go back and free his people. And then even after that, just even after all those events happened in the wilderness, many times he was angry. He wrote the first set of 10 Commandments. Then God had to remake the 10 Commandments. And even after that, many years later, it was like when he was at the rock, and he was supposed to speak to the rock, and he didn't, because he was angry with the people and all their fussing and complaining. It's like, all right, well, y'all fussing about water, fine. Just smack the mess out the rock, and it just and then he couldn't get into the promised land after that.
And that's where I'm very thankful personally. Like,
and I'm
with
paraphrasing.
that, his promise, his anger. The consequence for his anger was that he wasn't able to walk into the promise. That
the whole life was.
Now God still kept his promise, but he was not able to see it for himself.
Exactly.
And that's one thing I'm very thankful for, especially because I was very angry as a kid.
I feel you.
It was wild. In senior year now, this is the year where I had found the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences, which is a college that I went to. Big shout out to y'all.
Of course.
Crazy enough, at this point throughout high school was the first house that we had been in stably for like consecutive years, and the house that God put us in, that college, was like 5 minutes from us. So it was absolutely insane with God's timing. And I had found it by the deadline. I found at the deadline for like submitting colleges. So just even goes to show, like, up until the last half of senior year, I didn't know what I was gonna do. Music production, it was something that was like, okay, this is something I want to do, but do I want to do this? Like, I knew God had gifted me in it uniquely, and He had blessed me with it, but I was like, is this something? And frankly, there was nothing else that would have come close in all reality. Now that I'm on this side, there were other options, but on this side, there wouldn't really have been any other feasible options for me.
Right. Yeah, I mean, not right, but yeah.
But yeah, this is like I said, the year I decided officially to do music production. That it wasn't something I didn't just want to do for a career, but also that I was called to, and to combine the both. As far as the academic part of school senior year, that was the easiest for me out of all 4 years, in all honesty. Um, that and grades, that my grades were a lot better than sophomore and freshman year. They weren't great, but they were a lot better. By this point, I'm a little more acclimated to it, so I'm getting better by the year. But yeah, it was having the opportunity to tour the college while still in high school was absolutely amazing for me, because I saw it as God opening a door into something that He has gifted me to be good at, and one thing that being in high school prepared me for was the intensity of CRAS, which is their acronym. That is one thing that all of that craziness did prepare me for, which was pressure, which was something I was very used to at this point. And that's something that, because I was also very dedicated towards God at this point, uniquely more than I'd ever been in my life, I was okay with going through that, because I knew, okay, this is what God wants me to do. Let's do it, One thing that was absolutely like a blessing for me personally was that they didn't even, the day I toured it, they didn't check my transcript. They just accepted me. Like, I was like, because I'm walking to school, I'm like, dang, they did this, they did that, they did all the, like, anything to do with sound or music, they were that's the college that, created those students. So I'm like, dang, this is all cool, but I also know my GPA. It was higher than freshman year, but it wasn't, it was all right. It wasn't great. So I'm like, man, and it was a trade school. So I'm like, I'm definitely not getting in this. But to be accepted into that was further, for me, grace on my life, which I'm very thankful to God for. One thing,
that's a blessing for real.
Yeah,
it's a blessing in the midst of like everything that was going on.
Absolutely. Like I said, I did end up rejoining the basketball team in senior year. It did not go even close to as expected.
Go way or...
So for me, my game was good. I wasn't like
Kobe.
But then again, I wasn't given really any opportunity.
Kwame.
Kwame. So here's one thing I will say: sophomore year, for the coach, sophomore year was really great to me. He was a great coach. Mm-hmm. It was freshman and senior year that was just Mm-hmm. And it was rough because senior night. I started final, like I have a few games where I did start, but I barely played senior night, unfortunately.
Man, that sucks,
bro. Right? Like it was just rough.
You got Kobe on the court for like 5 minutes, and then you be like, why are we losing? Why are we losing? Like, it's
I wonder why.
It's 75 to 25.
You got one of your best players on the bench. Like
seriously, you got Kobe sitting on the bench warming it up. You got Kwame Brown sitting out there running back and forth.
I will say, in defense of the coach, for senior year, after the season ended, he did apologize and in front of the team and did say how much he recognized not only my character and that I didn't have any kind of bad attitude towards the coaches or whatnot, or the team, but also that he could recognize that my ability had grown tremendously since the last time I had played.
That's the only time you saw me play, dog. Like, what? What do you mean? You didn't even see me play this whole year. Like, what you mean? It's senior night, dog. Bro. It's about to be the final game of the season. Like, what you mean, dog?
But I also do know that coach a bit more because I also had some classes of his. So he was very genuine in that. He wasn't being fake in that. I thank you for that till this day. But even before I continue on, as you can see, this is not only my easier year for me academically, but also easier as far as things that I was going through personally, which I'm very thankful for. At this point, it'll only increase in that, in spiritual focus, but also you'll see that a lot of stuff at this point is more so furthering my calling at this point, really, and not a lot of the primary things I needed to get through, that God needed to break down, he did within those 4 years. One last thing I want to mention about my senior year is that our choir did go to Nashville on like a national competition, and we did get number one. Just want to say that,
For sure.
Little brag, Nice
like that.
We was
cold like that. Don't worry about it.
All the parts were, killing it,
representing God correctly.
And we
gonna do it correctly.
Bro, the crazy thing is, we even had a little bit of choreo on one of the songs, and I was one of the dudes that had the choreo. And that was one of my opportunities I took, and we killed it.
For sure. That's cool.
Shout out, coach. Somebody put me on the spot. That could have been us, coach. But it wasn't, coach.
No, that's crazy.
That's funny.
He said, "I'm riding, coach."
Bro. Anyway, so at this point, that really sums up the important things that I went through senior year. And now at this point, I am at Crass. Their program is 9 months, if I'm not mistaken, and those are some of the they're rough
finals,
because they're a very fast-paced program. They're what they call cycles. So they have 12 cycles on their program. So 1 week to learn it, 1 week to practice, 1 week to test. That's it. Move on.
That sounds fun.
Whiplash, dog.
Right, it's fast.
Whiplash.
But also, you can even see within just that, it's like all the other stuff I've been through. I'm like, oh. And on top of this, I'm actually good at this.
Yeah, this is just
it was
year 2.
So it's going through all this was like, oh, this is fun now. You know what I'm saying? Like I can actually,
my Pharrell moment right now, dog.
But one thing to emphasize how difficult the school is that like 10 to 50% of their class like graduates most of the time, because it's a very difficult program, and I don't know if that's entirely true, but that's real. really what it is.
It's intense, dog.
Like we started off with my class with like 45 people. Half of them dropped out, but we graduated.
Sounds about right.
And bro, and so those first 5 cycles of their program, they throw a book at you.
Yep.
Every book. So like,
you gotta learn everything.
When it comes to the studio, I know how to be an electrician.
Yeah.
I know how to do the circuits. I know how to run the boards, the mics, the ins and outs of all of that. And frankly, at this point, I can't entirely recall every little thing because like it was a lot. Listen, bro.
Again, shout out, coach.
Bro. Like for example, for some stuff we learned, the wiring, how to like repair track tape recorders. We worked on like 8 tracks, you know, like all the vintage stuff, you know. Bro, we worked reel to reel, bro.
Oh,
we worked on floppy disks.
Dude,
bro, they taught us a lot, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
That's why half of them dropped out. Like, I don't know what a floppy disk is. Well, get out of my class. You're done.
A floppy disk, but you flop this class. Get out.
You're done.
But it was also just like the pressure of like how fast they were. It's like if you're not cut out for it,
you're done. Get out.
That's my industry though.
So very much so. Gotta be very much so. And the reason why they're like that is because they made all the industry etiquette like that you hear from people came from that school. Specifically with sound and music. So that's listen. And so we also learned about soldering, which is really cool. Like just very like unique ways to actually like rewire speakers. It was crazy. So one thing that I thought was ironic, I chose music for one reason was that I didn't think there was like really math involved.
Yeah.
Ironically enough, for a studio, there is insane math required, specifically also with electricity. So that was incredibly ironic when for 3 weeks straight, it was just math. When it wasn't just 3 weeks, it was multiple weeks.
Jesus, dog. Why?
Bro. Bro, I was sitting bro.
I thought I left you behind.
Bro, we was in the middle of the class. I'm like, oh no,
this the wrong class,
bro. But anyway, those first 5 cycles were very overwhelming, but very helpful too. And it's very much required. The rest of the cycles are the fun cycles because that's where you get the hands-on experience. It's like you get to actually use a lot of all the consoles, you know, all the boards, run the sessions on your own. And I also was able to record different musicians and instruments. In different ways I didn't know how. Even working on movies, TV shows, which is pretty cool. Also being able to work in every field. So like when you hear the sound effects for movies, like actually going out and recording those sound effects, which was absolutely fun. And also like a lot of the gunshots that they shoot in movies, they actually shoot them, which like is one of the best jobs in the world. You destroy stuff for fun, and you get paid for it. You get paid to blow up stuff too. Like, bro, that's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
But also getting the hands-on experience in person. So like we had opportunities to work on NASCAR broadcasting studios and actually be there to actually like go through it with the person who actually runs it. Even working on NBA broadcasts, like actually being able to not just being taught that, but also doing it.
Thanks, coach.
Thanks, coach. It's crazy.
But through all this, as you can even just hear, even in my voice, like it was very much exciting because at this point, this is something that I'm doing for God, but I'm also gifted to do, and so it's something that I can do for fun as well. That's really, really enjoyable.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Further learning just studio etiquette, how to set up and tear down studios. Now through the conservatory, I did make some good connections and some bad connections. Those mostly being the students.
Students.
I will not name names. But this was also the first time in my life where I felt like I was educationally, I was in the right setting where I was fit and actually capable to succeed educationally.
Yes.
And not just book smart, but creatively brilliant as well, you know.
Yes.
And to share that with others who had the same, you know, drive and creativity as well, which was really amazing to be in that setting. It helped me to see people who were like me as well. So it's like I'm not alone in a sense, like spiritually, but like gifting wise, where it's like this is something that a lot of people are already doing, which gave me a lot more confidence. Because going into this, before the conservatory, I didn't know how seriously of a job this could be, or how much as a career this could pay off, even financially. So I was like, I don't really know. God gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
And he does. Still do.
Right.
And he still will.
Right.
But the pressure and difficulty of high school had really prepared me for the pressure of craft, as well as where I'm at right now. And how to endure through it, like I've been saying, with honor and good character. Let's see. Near the end of it, real quick, this was also the first moment in like a school I was able to be myself without anybody knowing my parents.
Yeah.
So I really felt like I was able to be me more. Yeah. As well as there was a lot of things I was like, man, I don't got to worry about,
people,
somebody saying something or comparing. It was like, it felt very freeing for me. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say anything like against my parents at all. That's just like, that was a good opportunity that God had presented to me that I needed. Right. Near the end of their program, for me is where I ended up finding the job that I used to work for, which is a part of their internship. Mm-hmm. Which I had to get hundreds of hours for that internship in order to graduate, which I got. Sure. Working at a live stage company, as well as in the church. And there are some artists that I was able to set up some concerts for that I have listed here that were opportunities I was able to do. One of them being Beyonce, Drake, Blink-182, Travis Scott, Doja Cat, Jonas Brothers, Polo G, Bad Bunny, and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which was a really cool opportunity.
That is cool.
Let's just clap it up real quick. Let's clap it up, man. You know what I'm saying?
You can
money on.
You know, like no. I mean, I did actually. A lot of those concerts. Listen,
money now. You named some big names in there.
I was also getting 19 an hour, nice. And we were.
He's making cheese,
bro. So like a lot of those concerts too, we were doing. So the natural hours that you pay for the 4 hours.
Yeah.
After all that, it's extra.
Right.
So, and those concerts take some time.
They do take time.
Bro, they take a lot of.
I'm saying you need me to pick up a bag or something.
Listen, like at this point, like the money was coming in.
It is what it is. Dog, like this, so dog.
You need me to clap? I'll do whatever, bro. I'm here. I'm a servant.
Dog. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
At this point, you need water.
Like what you need, bro? What you need?
There were other artists I was able to work for, and other hotels. I was very fancy hotels I was able to work at that I'm not sure who the artists or the bands that were played there. But anyway, I completed the program, ended up graduating with half of the class, if not a bit less, frankly. Because it was, like I said, it's a tough program.
Man, you get into them heights and working with them people, whiplash. Come on,
bro.
Y'all not getting to this level. It's not for everybody. You don't want it.
Which at this point now is the last 3 years for me. I continued to work different concerts, festivals, live stage gigs, wherever I could find it with the live stage company. And then, as well as I officially registered my production company, Sound of Grace Productions. Go follow it on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, sir.
Which I've been consistently trying to set up my personal studio, which is going along really well, actually. But I would, at this point, which is, I'm trying to think, years ago, 2023. Yeah, 2023. Up until now, I made it sort of I really trying to dedicate myself to like 3 or 4 hours a day, if not more, in the studio, of just practicing, playing, just, getting music down. And at this point as well, I'm still on drums, so I haven't moved to any other instrument. But that is until one service here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, it was here in this building where Dad, again, he felt it on his heart that God put on his heart to bless me with the ability to play keys. And just like I was able to get up and play drums, I was able to get up and play keys by the grace of God. And later on would end up playing the organ as well. And that was something that I prayed to God about and chose to do. Because we don't have an well, I am the organist. But we didn't have an organist for some time at the church. And not yet. Listen, so
it's in the process.
Listen, we gonna get there. Listen,
we might have a live episode from the organ. Who knows?
Listen,
who knows? Maybe.
From the band? Question mark?
Oh my lord!
TUT Tiny Desk? Huh?
Maybe. Who knows, man? We might. Hold on.
Hold on. Some great ideas are just spoken.
Yes.
But in the same way I was anointed to play drums, I was also anointed to play keys. And around this time as well, you all came back to the church a little bit just after I started to play keys. And which is also where you and your mom had joined the worship team a little while after. It was a bit of time, but you all ended up joining. And he's on drums and I'm on keys. And that has been something, honestly, that has been very healing to me even now. When I was saying earlier, there was still some anger that hasn't been fully dealt with throughout these next 3 years. After Crafts, was a lot of that was in those 3 years, if not most all of it. So I haven't, for keys and drums and organ, I haven't had an official lesson at all. So everything I've learned by myself and just with time with God. And like I said, another unexpected blessing was to not only be able to grow up with you all, but also to meet up again, with you all at this point, and to end up playing all together, which is absolutely insane. And for things to click back like nothing even happened, like we never separated. When I say it felt so natural, like it was absolutely insane. Like,
bro, that was crazy, man.
No, like because and y'all hear about in his testimony next, but like there are a lot of different things in different paths that God has brought us on, but to be brought back together and
nothing happened.
Not even just like nothing happened, but to be like connected like that. And to be in sync, like that's like you can start to see where it's like, okay, God absolutely knows what he's doing, you know. And one thing I hope you all are seeing through in this series is that you're seeing, like I just said, God has the pieces and he's putting them together, but he's controlling every situation, but at this point, in 2024, I am the lead musician at the church, as well as oversee the musicians.
Musical director,
musical MD.
Very, very.
Also, the official title, nice Minister of Music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
God, hold on now, player. Hold on now. I'll just kidding. have it. Yes.
This brother man is gifted, bro.
He is very much gifted. It's only by the grace of God.
Don't get smacked with the spirit when you're in here. You come in here with the wrong spirit. You hear that note and you on the floor.
Like,
well, stop burning, Mr. Sin.
Also, to be a little humble is, absolutely, and I praise God for that. But that's a lot easier to do when you have other musicians that you're leading who have the same focus and the same gifting, right. Where it's not, yes, I'm the leader over the musicians, but there's a lot of times where we're all leading in different moments musically, and we all pull from each other creatively. So absolutely though. As well as a bit. So at this point, I think we're at this year. Yeah. Where this year is when I met 2025. I met Jezreel over here again. Now I never specifically remembered you when I was young. But regardless, we here,
big dog.
Bro.
But now we
here. Listen,
we here, bro. We back.
And we connected through Michael.
Yeah.
Which again, got piecing the right connections together for the future. Yeah. And so we officially met in a rehearsal. Yeah. Well, we introduced each other, in the rehearsal. Yeah. But we officially met that following Saturday at the youth and young adult meeting. Yeah. We would have met before that, but I didn't know you, and Mike and them were trying to come over to the house. I'm like, I don't really know him, so I'm not trying to necessarily have him over at the house.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't really people like. It's not even no disrespect.
No, it was no disrespect at all.
You want this brother that you don't know up in your house? You like, this is my space, and you like, who is this brother? I need to know who he is, real quick,
right? Like
before you come up in the crib, and then after that, you be like, you're welcome,
like, bro. Yeah, like
come through anytime you want. Here, you hungry? We're feeding you here. Like, for sure, why not? Be like, you the main one we care about. Come here.
No, he said, sit at the head of the table.
Seriously, bro. No, like, you are our newest guest. You can sit at this. I was like, oh, say less. Oh, this. I was like, seriously, I was chill. I was like, all right, say less then.
Listen, bro. That is hilarious. But as well as eventually later on this year, playing for Liberty Tabernacle, under Lady Carrie Vaughn and Pastor Karen DeFore. Thank you all. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
So
Saturday.
for Saturday. Yes.
Thank
you. I almost moved on. Thank you. Almost moved on. Thank you. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
But that Saturday, we get in, and literally from before we even start prayer, really, God is just confirming a lot, and already putting into place things to prep us for our callings and to work together in those. Yeah. But there were just a lot of things that Jezreel was saying that through Pastor Carter, God was confirming, like I said. And at the start of the prayer stuff, God moved. The Holy Spirit moved. We almost, if we hadn't stopped the prayer, we would have been in prayer through the rest of the meeting. But again, throughout the entire study in God's Word that day, God still just confirming stuff and showing why He's in control.
Of course,
and from there we've only connected even more. And So that was Saturday.